Hey guys, my name's Alex TZ. How are you guys doing? And today is part 2 of 10 builds in 10 different eras. And let's just get a little recap on the last part, which I did quite some time ago now. So yeah, that was quite some time ago. So let's go check it out. So we also have our last 5 builds that we did in the last part, which was our man cave design here. We have our desert design. We have our Roman design. Then we have a Viking design, and then our final design, the medieval design from, let's say, the 1500s.
That's true.
So yeah, I did show you this in the last part, so if you do want to see a little bit more in detail how I built this and how I did everything here, then go check that last part in the description down below, or the card probably pop up right now. Alright, so also, yeah, look at this. So we have our other 5 builds that for this video. So actually, let's actually do a proper reveal of them by giving a little time lapse of this entire wall being burnt. So here we go. Okay, that was not exactly as impressive as I wanted it to be, but well, there you go. This is meant to be the actual proper reveal of the new 5 builds here. So what we have here is our pirate era design. We have I think one of my favorite designs being this steampunk fantasy build design here. Also this Victorian design I really love as well. This modern era design, and finally, not a mushroom house, but this house is actually inspired by a certain video game, which I will talk about a bit more later when we get to this house. So let's waste no further ado, and let's get into this first build. So the first build we got here is like a pirate design, maybe a Caribbean even design, if you will. So I like the idea of these bright colors being here. For example, this white kind of wall, and then having this jungle planks is the kind of wood I would use here. And then I also have actually this house being there we go. This house being through a ship. So yeah, literally built on a wrecked ship. Also, I had the idea of the setting of this house being just on the like on the edge of a dock, perhaps. So that's kind of how I went with this design. So if you see here, I think one of the important things I want to like first give as a tip on how to build in this type of design is the idea of this very detailed flooring. As you can tell, there's a lot of different blocks I use here. So I use cracked bricks, cobblestone, stone bricks. I also use mossy variants of those certain blocks, and also use I also use the cobbled deep slate, which is actually a new block from the 1.17 update. So that's actually a very useful block as well. And also these new moss carpets, which I've made maybe made a farm on how to make a lot of those. So click the card, it's up there. So back here have a bit of like a little back alley area with little like stores of fish, food, and all that kind of stuff, and rum perhaps, because you know pirates do love their rum. And then if we go inside, we actually have a very unique idea here. So we have we got a visitor here. Sure. so I use primarily the dark oak trapdoors as the wallpaper here, because I didn't want this room to be fully white again, just like the exterior. So I really wanted to break that contrast. And as you can tell, another technique I like to use is the idea that this floor has been walked on many times. And I have talked about this design, I think, design technique, I think, once or twice already. But I think it's something I really love to use as a way of like alluding this is definitely old and it has a history to it. Then we have a little bar area here. Nothing much to see here. We've got a little potted plant. And if we go around here, there's a little bit of a little ship area, obviously. Another visitor, clearly. And I have this little balcony area, which I think is alright. I think if you had like the ocean view, I think this would be definitely a highlight of this build with that ocean view. But if you actually go up here, then we have this big kind of crew living quarters. So we have another store of food and supplies and rum. And this little pulley system up here. You can see a little chain up there as we pull that, and this to go up. And we have a lot of beds here. And if you go up here, we have this little upstairs area where the kitchens are. Which, again, pirates might be not the smartest of people, but why put a kitchen up here? Who knows? So yeah. Also, I do love these new telescopes, by the way. They're really cool. I just put one there. And so this is the pirate build, and I think I definitely like this build. But we have the next build, which is one of my favorites. I think this actually is my favorite, or one of my favorites. And this is my steampunk era design build, which I really love the look of. And I like how I built it. And this kind of like, it's like medieval style, like just feel like that one over there. Except then it also has the new copper blocks, which I actually also didn't wax. Which meant that this is actually slowly weathering away to have these little splodges of oxidized copper, which I really like the idea of. I think originally this entire build was just a weathered copper, but now it has kind of grown, not grown, but it's kind of become older in a way, so I like that. Also, this very big predominant area I like, which is this big cogs on the side. I think it's a very predominant thing in steampunk era designs anyway, so that's why I like this little thing here. And once again, I added this emphasis again, but again, texture on the roads, on the pathways, you know, have little broken bits, you know, make this place feel like it has history, make it feel like it's being used, you know, it's been there for a while. Also, here are some of all the blocks I've used for this build, so if you do want to build something like this, then that's all the blocks I used. By the way, this is actually not weathered, this is actually waxed, so this should never become oxidized. So if you actually go inside here, we have a very tight little corridor here, which leads into the furnace room, or the first one, which has a lot of crates and barrels of stuff, and the big powerful furnaces that power these big cogs that move and maybe power other things. If you go up here, then we have the second furnace room, which also considered to be like a workshop, where we have like we have anvils, grindstones, lots of logs, boxes, candles, and even logs as well here, so supplies. We have a little pulley system here, which, you know, this moves forward and it drops things down. I like this little area here as well, I think it's really cool. And if we actually then go up to the third floor, which is actually where the living quarters are, so we have like again another area for people to live in and sleep, and then we have another cooker area, got more candles. I do love this new azalea tree that they added in 1.17 as well. We got this like big crates here, we've got chairs and books, you know, it's just the living stuff, you know, make this face feel homely, you know. And then we actually go up here. This is actually now, technically speaking, the house. This is where the original house is, but because there's a steampunk era, you also have this built upon as well, which has this like smaller house. And I can imagine an entire entire town just filled with these houses stacked on top of each other, which I think would look really cool. So we just go up here, and yeah, it's like a little workstation. And we have like, I've got a desk here, books. So yeah, you got this kind of stuff here. And then up here, it's like it's more storage, honestly, just storage. You know, they love their storage. And then out here, we also have more barrels, crates, and etc. Wood and supplies. We got this like big crane that kind of sticks out and really drops all the way down. And have his little supplies here as well to be pulled up into here or something. That's like a holding ground or something. So overall, I do love this design. I think personally for me, when I built these buildings, I thought about all of them being in a village. Like, imagine this video, but like 10 times. Let's say, imagine I did like 10 villages in 10 different eras. Now that'd be a video to see, but that will take a lot of time. So I might think about that, but you might see that in the future. But there you go. So this is the steampunk era. I think something you can learn from this is that be bold. You know, put stuff on top of things. You know, like this house here, you know, try and be creative with the steampunk era, because it really is creative. Next, we have this kind of Victorian era house, which I think it's something I did like, and it's something that's really interesting, something that a lot of you British people definitely will know about, or people who know about England in general will think of London as this. But yeah, we have this very basic exterior here with like a bit of broken damage, mixed in a bit of this new raw copper block, which I really do like. It's a very nice, interesting block there. And also there's the other house here, which is kind of cut off here. But I've kind of taken this idea where every build I've built in this video is like literally a segment of something that would have been taken out of, let's say, a village or a town of these buildings. So if you go inside here, we have a very simple interior here. We go inside this little bathroom, nothing much to see here. The stairs, which would lead up to the second floor, but of course being cut off. Then we have a little bedroom here, which, you know, had like this little bed design here. Got a little makeup area. This is a mirror, okay? Not a laptop. We're in the 1800s, okay? Oh god, the last video. God, moving on. So we have a little living room, which there's no TV in here, so obviously they're just facing each other. No TV to look to, but there you go. Another thing I really want to give you a tip on is the idea of these bookshelves. Now, I could have just made this just all flat of just bookshelves, just the same block across the entire wall. But I really want to mix things up with, for example, like the loom, which you can tell how it's done, like that. The loom block actually has... Oh. The loom block actually has like 3 faces where they're the same, and then this front bit here as well. And they also use a barrel here, a little gap for a book, and these little trap doors that cover like little sections, and they have a little private section here, maybe for like some dark stuff, magic, maybe, I don't know. And found a little attic up here, which I definitely want to recommend. If you're ever going to build an attic, put beams in them, because it makes it a bit more realistic to the fact that most attics do have beams in them, so always put them in if you can. So yeah, no. That's what I would say for this build here. And then also we have this simple design here as well. You know, this is like just inspiration. I think of this video as this inspiration, you know. If you guys want to build in a similar design and don't know what to do in terms of like a Victorian era design, this is what it should kind of look like. Again, don't use the exact same colors. You can use sandstone, for example. You could use grays, your blues even, if you want to be like, you know, really fancy like that. But then we have the next build here, which is the modern era, which, okay, this I think is a lawnmower, but I think otherwise it's a lawnmower, okay? So we have a little pond here, and then we lead up right into this house, you know. By the way, this house is probably very small, so it should not be this small. It would be a lot bigger if I had more space, but, you know, I try to make these builds small enough so you guys can kind of appreciate the building design that I've put here. So I got a little sky roof up there, TV now because it's the modern era. I got bookshelves, a small kitchen here. I got oven stove, should be closed. Some raw chicken here, maybe getting prepped or something. And then we have a little bedroom in here, which has this gaming chair, a big PC, this kind of big screen, maybe a 21-inch screen, maybe a little keyboard and a mouse. And by the way, you wonder how this technique is done. Actually, I literally did. I'm just going to show it to you very briefly out here. So I'm just going to go out here and show you how I did it. Yeah, because usually you can't put that and then you can only do like that, right? So why I did it is I literally went like that. I put the trapdoor like that. Then boom. That's how you make your laptops. That's how you make a laptop. Because if you do that, then you can't put a keyboard there. You have to do it like that, which would look really weird. So that's how you do it. So if you have space behind the wall, which I actually expertly covered up with this kind of design here. So in reality, if I flipped one of these up, you can see the laptop. So yeah, that's how I did that design. But apart from that, it's pretty self-explanatory in here. We've got little candles, a lava lamp, or just a lamp. You know, very small room. Again, this would be a lot bigger house if I had the space to do so. Now, let's talk about the final build, which for some of you, you'd be, what the hell is this? What is this? Now, if only some of you know a little game, not little game, actually quite a big game, known as Plants vs. Zombies, now 2, the mobile game. Now, there's actually a map called the Near Future, which basically has Crazy Dave's house looking a bit like this. Now, I've actually put I put a screenshot of what the house kind of looks like in the game. And so I basically use this as reference image to kind of build this house out of. Now, I took a bit of creative liberties, like, for example, making this a dome instead of like a flat elevated roof, at going from like this kind of angle, like that. But I didn't really get that at the time, so I just wanted to do a dome instead of that flat roof, because it just wouldn't look as good anyway. So that's what I did. And also you can tell I put some sunflowers in the back, because you always put sunflowers in the back. And then we have this, I don't know, this little energizing thing. A gate, got some supplies back here, maybe some plant food, maybe some power-ups, if you will. And then in we go, this very messy, very kind of dirty looking apartment, if you think of it as that. So you've got a little kitchen here with copper appliances, a nice stove and oven, once again, just simply using that technique there. And then got a little couch here. That's probably some TNT right there, or dynamite. A flat screen TV, because this is the future, so we're like super thin TVs, that's like as thin as a pencil, literally. Got a little bathroom here, nothing much in here. And then we also have a little staircase that leads us to the bedroom area, which, look, it's a mess. Yeah, I know. It's pretty messy, but again, Crazy Dave is Crazy Dave. So, yeah. I have a lot of, imagine this is like a bunch of plant food and power-ups, or maybe just other supplies, because after all, you're trying to defend your house from a bunch of zombies. So, that's how I see it. And also got a nice green bed, obviously. And then also, if Crazy Dave gets attacked by zombies and the house is getting invaded by zombies, he has a little escape route through the roof. So yeah, that is the final 3 builds of the 10 builds in 10 different eras. And by the way, if you do like this design, then I would appreciate it, because honestly, I never built this before. I never really thought to actually go to a video game and get some concepts, because I didn't really know what futuristic would look like unless just using a bunch of concrete and fancy windows and all that, and making it just look like the modern era house, but just a little bit more crazier. So yeah, think of like these 2 designs are very similar, but this is just like a amped up, crazier version of that. So I did want to have that kind of thing going on again with this modern design. So overall, that was the 5 builds for this video. So if you guys did get inspired by this video, you know, that's all I want from this video, is you guys getting inspired out there to build something like these builds, because I like building in Minecraft, and I think some of you do as well. So if you are inspired, maybe make an entire village of these kind of builds, feel free to do that, because I feel like that is really cool. I think it'd be really great. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, and also I hope you like the new outro I made recently. So yeah, I made this outro. So peace out. Don't forget to take it easy.